one and all, and welcome back to more Let's Play Ratchet Deadlocked. I am the Max of Few Trades. In the last part, well, we killed Vox, we destroyed Dreadzone, we saved all of the heroes, we did all of the story stuff. And in this part, well, it's a bonus episode. I've got some things I want to show you, as many things as I can possibly show you. I am here at lovely planet Torval again because there's a little interesting thing here that I wanted to show off, while on top of just talking about a bunch of other things. First things first, let me make it abundantly clear that my weapons are as powerful as they're ever going to be. They are all level 99, and it takes a little bit of work in order to make that happen, but yeah, I'm looking forward to showing those all off. I also have the supernova, which I believe it was the Harbinger before, but now it's the Mega Supernova V99. I'll be showing off what this thing can do in a moment. First things first, however, I would like to show off something that happens once you're in challenge mode. You unlock a harder difficulty mode, which we are currently on. You're going to see just how tough and powerful the enemies are on average, because, again, look how strong my weapons are, just for the record, alright? We got a damage of 168, 3012, like 567. These are really solid numbers, but you're going to notice that almost none of them are able to outright kill anything in just one shot. Most things are probably still going to take at least 2 or more, depending on the weapon in question. But here's a really fun thing. So, once you're in challenge mode, you don't have to bend to the whims of whatever alpha mods the game just kind of gifts you when the weapons level up. Instead, you can now buy them. If you want nothing but speed mods on a weapon and nothing but ammo, aiming, impact, whatever you want, you can just outright buy and slap onto any of the weapons you like. There's even a couple extra things like an XP mod, the jackpot mod, and the healing mod, which, I mean, these are obviously the most expensive, but yeah, if you want a weapon that'll just make you immortal as you kill things, well, then save up your bolts and grab yourself a whole bunch of healing mods. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start showing things off a little bit. For example, there you go. You already know the tried and tested, the beloved, antimatter rifle. As powerful as it is, it still takes a little bit to be able to get through things, but that's okay. And then there's the dual raptors. Whoa, hello there. Oh, thank you, Merc and Green, for saving my biscuits on that one, buddy. I'd also like to show off a couple of the mods that we haven't shown off before yet. For example, what we have on the Mega Silencer at this time is Time Bomb, which is kind of a disorienting color flash, if I'm entirely real with you, but it's very cool looking. All right, now also, gotta be careful. Oh yeah, gotta be real careful, or else things are not gonna go well for me. We've also got Brainwash. Let's see if we can actually make this work. There you go. All you gotta do is start looking a little yellow. There you go, that's the yellow I'm looking for. Yeah, thank you kindly. There you go. The Stalker Mine Launcher. Get over there, blow things up, use the mini bombs. Come on now. My bots are down, that's okay. All right, all is well. I will now ask these two to do this. And, I was curious if that would have even worked, actually, and the answer was no.
Simply won't give up.
Well, I am a tenacious sort, so don't you even worry about that. Hey, how's it going? How's it going up there? How about you guys don't be doing that? There we go. All right, see? There we are. I believe we've pretty much shown off everything. More or less. Yeah, you've already seen acid and shock and mini bomb and napalm quite enough. So I'd say that's all well and good. So let me just back it. Oh, hang on. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, it's just a bunch of harmless little blade balls. Don't need any of that in our lives. Get out of here with all that. All right, now let's actually start showing off some cheats. All right, I have shown off a good number of them at this point, but there are more. Those are the skins. All right, so like I've shown the HUD color, gangster gloves, mirrored world, which, you know, I mean, it is very cool. It is very cool to have everything all swapped around, but whoa, it is disorienting at this moment in time, so we will not indulge at this time. But we've got Super Bloom, the weather. All right, so the weather is actually pretty dope. Use this cheat to change the in-game weather effects. You want it to be a dust storm, even indoors? Then you know what, you've got that option available to you. There is a shockingly large amount of them, but not a ton of them are really great. Heavy sandstorm, there you go. In case you want to just absolutely obliterate the visibility of everything everywhere. The option exists to you. Let's see, let's keep on looking through. A lot of them, oh, there's also the blizzard. Yeah, okay, I like the blizzard. The blizzard is cool. This is like the right mix of, oh wow, that really makes a difference. And it's, you know, also not obscuring the entirety of the screen and making things more difficult for you. But a lot of them, there's also heavy rain. It's stuff like green mist. Like, yeah, you can notice that. That's, you know, we kind of got that little floaty thing going on there. And then there's like meteor lightning, which sounds amazing, but it's, I mean, you kind of get a little bit of a flash, and it's just kind of like a grayish green mist. It's not too noticeable. Black hole is interesting. It's like there's somewhere, generally speaking, there's a black hole, and it's kind of pulling things towards it. It's really just different colored dots moving at different speeds. So those aren't the most interesting thing in the world. Especially settling smoke, which I can't even notice. Like, what is it? I don't know what this is supposed to be conveying, but there's that. Now, let's see. Which one's upper atmosphere, ghost station? Basically give everything kind of a green dot glow thing going. But there's my, probably my second favorite, because it is horrible. It's not even weather, embossed. Look at this mess. You want to play through the game with everything looking like this? I don't know why on earth you would, but sure. And you can stack it with Super Bloom to make the game look like this. And who on earth wouldn't want to play through an entire game with everything looking like this? All right, there you go. Whoop. If you want, attach this to the higher difficulty levels, and yeah, see if you can get through the entirety of the game this way. It's gonna be really hard seeing enemy lasers come at you, if I'm honest, but that's pretty cool. Although, let's see, hang on a second. Which one is my most favorite? Lightning Storm? Oh yeah, no, it's Lightning Storm. Hang on, I have to get rid of Super Bloom. I gotta get rid of the Super Bloom so I can actually show this off. There we go. It's very screen obscuring, but it looks so cool. I very, very much like that. But yeah, there you go. Mess around with the weather if you so choose. Next up, we've got the Kill Quarks cheat. The DZ Strikers are now Captain Quark. Like, hang on, it's easiest to see this sort of thing when we're zoomed in. Check it out! That enemy class is now robots of Quark, and you can kill them. If that's something you also wish to do. All right, let's see. Well, what else we've got in here? There's colorblind mode, which is not colorblind mode. It's black and white mode. Which, you know, that's usually how people talk about it, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. You want to see a black and white, you know, Captain Quark over there. And yeah. Oh, here's actually, let me show one more. You can also have it be sepia tone, which isn't even quite sepia tone, I don't think. I think it needs to be slightly more orange for that to be the case, but yeah. Anyway, you might have noticed, why are we widescreen again? Why you do that? Why you do that? Because now I can show off the fact that I'm a bit of a dum-dum. This game has a widescreen option. It always had one. I didn't know, man. I didn't know, and I'm sorry. I didn't know, I'm sorry about that. See, in 2005, widescreen televisions weren't exactly fully adopted. They were pretty much on their way, but it was more of a lucrative thing, and it's just kind of neat, you know, an option that people could get if they so chose. So not everything used it, but yeah, you know, there it is. We could have had this whole Let's Play in widescreen, but you know, live and learn, live and learn. Oh my goodness, these lasers. There we go. Now, how about we show off the supernova? Hey, all right, there you go. You just got to see the strengths and flaws of the supernova in one fell swoop. Yeah, as it turns out, this thing can almost instantaneously kill just about anything. However, if one of the beams that just doesn't hit the enemy, they don't die. And you look like an absolute fool. So yeah, ridiculously overpowered, but you know, there's a chance the enemy will just be able to walk around it or through it. When it comes to like super duper ultra mega powerful weapons in Ratchet and Clank, it's actually one of the less impressive ones, especially for being fully upgraded. But you know, there's that. So let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, well, I can not get murdered by lasers. That is an option. And I can attempt to hit it with the supernova, and it is experiencing difficulties. Yep, it sure is. It sure is. All right, fine. How about we blow it up? Blow it up! There we go. Okay, it's all exploded. All right, so actually, the primary reason I decided to show off the weapons on planet Torval, of all places, is because I noticed something that's sort of, I can only assume not intended, but is still interesting. So if we head over to a very specific location, we can actually get some backstory on Merc. No, Green, one of our combat bot friends. And it's very interesting and very cool, but it's clearly like 4 different audio files that I'm almost certain you were supposed to have found in different places. But if you go to this location, they just kind of play one after the other. And it's a little awkward, but I figure, hey, you know, I may as well show this off, because I'd actually never seen it before, because you have to go to a very specific location. I've tested this out 3 times, so hopefully it works again, and I don't look like an idiot. But no, if you go up here, walk around this magnet wall here, and head into a little alcove, yeah, Green will just start talking about his past. So, yeah, enjoy it while I just keep showing off the weapons.
Yeah, I remember the Blathercon War. I was 3rd Division. We were on routine patrol, and out of nowhere, we were hit hard. There was fire, smoke, robot parts everywhere. Oh man, some of these kids were just 3 days out of the production factory. I'm sorry, let's just keep going. Yeah, we lost a lot of good robots that day. Building 282, McGurnus B1000, Shank Cluster 2 squared. They were my friends. But enough about that. That was pretty torn up. But I demanded they put me back on the front lines. My CO laughed. He said, "You've got no friggin' legs." He was right. I was just a memory core sitting on a table hooked up to a voice modulator. They sent me to a repair factory on Vegas 3. That's where I met QA900. She was a repair bot. She had the prettiest ocular sensors I've ever seen. But that's all history now. Soldiers weren't allowed to access files from factory employees. So QA900 and I would sneak outside at night and download and upload until the sun came up. One day she was gone. Yeah, they'd found out about our affair and turned her into a park bench. To this day, I can't even look at outdoor seating without simulating a deer.
So yeah, that's dark and depressing. And as you can see, all of those audio files just kind of played one after another. I think it's even more than 4 files. It might be like 6. But there's some pretty interesting lore there for Green, if you wanted that. And, I mean, it is interesting. It is worth knowing. So now, let's actually
when you are ready.
Yes, I know. Every time I go to the challenges in Planet Screen, Clank reminds me, do you want to go fight Vox? And yes, I do want to go and fight Vox. We will, but not quite yet. We've got a couple challenges we can go up against, and I can talk about a couple other things. Like, for example, there was once, as was usually the case, and is still kind of sort of the case a little, but not really. Back in the day, just about every single video game that came out had a website, and it had, like, you know, bonus stuff that can be pretty cool and pretty interesting on occasion. And there was a bunch of, like, news stories that came from, you know, like text logs that came from Dallas and Juanita. And if you go through them, you could learn a couple tidbits here and there. One of the most interesting ones is Juanita sort of, like, being incredibly, blatantly, obviously cheating for Ace Hardlight. Like, literally, she rigs matches in his favor. And it's actually, like, I don't remember specifically, but it's sort of like she messes with Captain Starshield's weapons in order to give Ace Hardlight an advantage, and therefore, Juanita is technically the one directly responsible for Starshield's death. So that's all kinds of messed up. Ready for a few rounds with some of angry Dead Zone employees who'd like nothing better than to take your head off? Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Who's to say? We gotta do it regardless.
Ooh, we're getting down to the end, folks. Let's see how he handles the danger round.
Okay, yeah, let's see how I handle the danger round. I've got brainwashing powers out the wazoo. Even though it doesn't really benefit me to brainwash any of the, there we go, the blade balls. But this, oh my goodness, yeah, we just got enemies attacking their allies. It's a pretty overpowered mod, actually, if you attach it to something with enough ammo to make it possible to, you know, work. All right, anybody else? Oh yeah, okay, all right, we're gonna go with the flail, with the flail. Okay, now here's a question, when it comes to the other cheats. What else we got? Right, there's the morph mod on vehicles, and that is roughly all of them. Oh, geez, oh my, oh goodness. Please to be exploding all over the dang place, if you don't mind. There we go, okay. Man, it is a little hard to remember just how high the difficulty is at this moment in time. I really cannot afford to play non-cautiously. I gotta give it my all. I gotta do everything I can. There we go. Lots of zombies. Lots of those dudes, which I think they're actually called beam blades. I'm not even sure. I'm not 100% sure, but they are a thing, and I hate them, and they are a pain in the ass. We're getting rid of them. Okay, there we go. There's something. It's some sort of beam something. I wanted to call them, like, beam beak? No, that's not it. What the hell are those things called? It would be so much easier for me to be able to tell you if I had access to all of the skill point names and descriptions, but I don't. I only have the ones available to me on the planet that I'm currently on, which, by the way, I do have all of the skill points. Some of them are way easier to get than others. You know, they basically, from everything from beating a mission on the highest difficulty to killing a specific enemy with a specific weapon or in a certain time frame or with a certain mod, you know, do things without taking damage, do the speed challenges with a certain amount of time left over. They can vary wildly, but yeah, none of them are impossible. If you want to make things significantly easier for yourself, and I would not blame you if you do, if you set the game's difficulty to an easier setting, then the skill points become way easier to get. Because you're going to be able to kill the enemies like faster and easier, and the challenges will be more lenient with the times, and all such of that nature. And my goodness, that's a lot of zombies. They're slowing down the game. They're slowing down the game. There are so many zombies. Whoa, my God. Holy crap. That was extravagant is what that was. All right, all right. Oh, here's another thing. There was a Captain Starshield webcomic on the Dreadlock website, too. So That's interesting. It just shows one of his adventures of him going around and fighting aliens. I can put up at least a little bit of that. All of this isn't officially online anymore because the Dread Zone website has been taken off line. Oh, good long time ago. But you know, using something called the Wayback Machine that lets you see old taken down websites, you can see a surprisingly large amount of it. It's pretty cool. This challenge wouldn't be difficult if Ratchet's health and weapon ammunition weren't draining away second by second, and if the arena wasn't getting smaller, and if his boss were halfway competent, but sometimes life just isn't fair. Ain't that just the case? Alright. That is unfortunate.
Oh, isn't technology great, folks? We can teleport ammunition out of Ratchet's gun before he even fires. He'll be losing ammo faster than a mutant muck beast can devour your spleen. Oh, and that hurts.
Are you speaking from experience, Dallas? My goodness. My goodness. All right, I must blow up drop ships. Oh, you know what would be a really swell and great idea? How about we toss out a couple of our good friends, the mini turrets? Those will help watch over me. They will protect me from the untold horrors that surround me at all times. Ooh, I have a terrible idea. Hang on a second. Let's go back into the cheats. Super Bloom. And let's see, where's that embossed? Where are you, embossed? There you are. There we go. I'm sure this is a pleasant viewing experience for everybody. All right, I'm gonna need you guys to stop doing that. It's actually very difficult to see these goddamn blade balls with everything like this. There we go.
Don't try any of this at home. Go to a friend's house.
Watch out, Night Star! Woo-hoo! Okay, there we are. There we go. All right, let's see what else can we do around here. Shield, as if that matters. Shotgun! I don't know where the enemies are because I can't see anything! Hello? Hello? Oh, right.
Looks like that was the last of them. I must say, I'm impressed.
Okay.
Never thought I'd see the day.
What a weird woman Juanita truly is.
Not even close to that. I'm just toying with his mind.
Right, of course. All right. It's so rare she says anything, so I felt the need to show that off, because I don't think she, if she did ever say that during the playthrough, I was talking over her. There we go. All right. Just keep fighting. Just keep shooting. There you go. Get the brainwash styles. Yeah, the arena is, in fact, getting a wee bit smaller. That's unfortunate. Although I gotta say, I guess I have so much health and so much ammo that it's, I'm not noticing any real primary issues here. Those lasers that are hanging out on the floor, however, are certainly a problem. Not a fan of that. There you go. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Okay, hang on. Oh, okay. Hang on. More mini turrets. There you go. There you go. There you go. Now we just put our foes on ice. There you go. Honestly, I think the mini turrets might be my favorite. Just plop them down and they'll help keep you alive. You don't have to know where everything is or what's going on at any moment in time. And we've almost got this. Just a little tiny bit more. And hang on, I don't even know if my turrets are still around, because again, I am essentially fighting blind at the moment here. There you go. Accidentally bumping into the walls, dropping down on me. Not a fan of that. Okay, and there's the lasers. There's the lasers again. All right. Just keep shooting. Just keep hoping it works out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Why? I'm there. Okay, there was like one laser thing left or something. I don't even know what. But I got it. I got it. So is that everything? I believe that is everything. Well, we're being sent back to the containment zone, so yeah, I think that's all of the challenges. Nice.
Ratchet,
and
when you are ready.
Yeah, I know. Anywho, okay, so you might notice these things spinning around. Well, do you by any chance remember these? Yeah, that was in fact not just run-of-the-mill fun little lore and world-building stuff. The Exterminator cards are real things that you can collect, and some of these are a pain in the ass, let me tell you. Let's see here. You can get Shell Shock by buying all of the weapons, and I believe you get Eviscerator by owning all of the mega weapons and fully leveling them up to their maximum capabilities. You know what? As unprofessional as this is, I can just look this up really quickly. Hang on. Dead Zone Exterminator cards. Dead Zone Exterminator cards. Come on. Yeah, there we go. The Exterminator trading cards. There you go. Okay. You get Shell Shock by purchasing all of the weapons and Omega mods. You get Reactor for purchasing the Mega upgrade of every weapon. You get the Eviscerator for obtaining 100 nanotech. Hang on. Let me actually start, showing these off. Yeah, you get Eviscerator for 100 of that. You get Ace Hardlights card by getting a 400,000 Dread Zone points. And you get Gleeman Vox's card by getting all of the skill points. Whew. Now, you might be wondering, wow, some of those sound like a huge pain in the ass. Why are you even collecting these things? Well, I'd certainly love to show you, but we don't have all the trading cards yet. There is one final one we need to get. And let me just show this real quick. Back in the cheats, you probably saw it and read it on your own time. You need all the Exterminator cards, and you get the final cheat in the game. So you might be wondering, well, what is it that you have to do? And that is completing every single challenge and beating the game on the hardest possible unlocked difficulty. So we're gonna do that. But also, check out my points.
Contestant in Dread Zone history.
I have amazing points. Oh! And I actually get to show off yet another fun little Easter egg here. I completely kept forgetting. But yeah, we know about Kid Nova, and we know about Hydro Girl, but what about that last guy right there, who's still alive and kicking? That's Agent Zero. As in, Agent Zero from Spyro. Of course it's the character from Spyro, it has to be. They're both made by Insomniac. That's really neat. It's fun to think that Agent Zero somehow ended up here, and well, he's not ranking very highly. Who cares? He's not dead. Could you imagine how depressing it would be if he was? That would suck. But no, he's doing just fine. He's doing just fine. So, I now have to beat the game on the hardest difficulty. So, you've already seen me go through it, and you've seen me show off all the weapons. So, how about I just jump ahead to the fight with Gleeman Vox? You know, I might have absolutely no business whatsoever being proud of myself, but I didn't die during any of those, which is impressive because I've definitely died going up against significantly less perilous missions. You know, with this difficulty level, I was kind of under the impression that I was probably doomed, but I did okay. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and see if we can take care of Vox without it being a huge issue, and we will be all the hunky-dory and whatnot. There you go. Okay. I've got a lot of weapons, and they do be very powerful. I just need to pay very close attention to everything that's going on at all times, and we just might be okay. Maybe. I'm sorry. I'm nervous and attempting to be locked in at the same time, and it's... I'm aware of the stakes! They're in the sharper image! Okay, alright, you got your big old shield going? That's cool, that's cool. Okay. There we go, more turrets, more turrets, more turrets. And then more missiles! Lots more missiles! I knew the joke was coming, and it still made me laugh. You sure did, but... Hang on. Hang on, I think I actually already beat you? Well, I'll be goddamned. Yeah, alright, you shut the hell up. I win. All right, now I just have to have the credits play all over again, and I can show off what we get for the final Exterminator card. Yes! You've unlocked the Slugga Exterminator card for beating every mission in challenge mode.
Ratchet, when you are ready.
Yeah, I know. You might be wondering who the heck is Slugga. This is Slugga. It's Slugga. His strength is cuddles. You know, I see these effects, like, Apple Element cards produce 80% more seeds. Debris counters are reset at each round. Cards placed next to reactor must be autographed. Eviscerator attacks do damage before all other cards. Hero cards are stunned for 2 rounds. Sonic attacks have no like, what kind of game is this? I'm so curious. Regardless, we have all of the Exterminator cards, which means we can activate Ninja Mode! Move faster, use a sword, and wear cool ninja gear. Ain't that something? Let's go! And you do move faster in general. You get a cool flaming katana. And you get, you know, just look like a ninja, like a techno ninja with armor and stuff. It's a little silly that you only get this after you've done just about everything there is to do, but let's be real, this sword actually is really freaking cool. In fact, I don't think it's a katana because it has a it has a guard on the handle, but whatever. The point is, you get a sword. Actually, if anything, we kind of look more like if I had to pinpoint a ninja that we look like, I'd go with like Smoke, Noob Saibot. Interesting, but still very, very cool. Then, all that's left for me to show, I suppose, is, let's see, extras? No. Options? No, what? Where are these? Oh, media. All right, let's show some robot cutaways. There you go. Look at all these little fancy schmancy graphics that they decided to put in here. I'm not sure, but I think we were able to see this one ever. Like, this specific thing, I don't think you need to unlock it. The concept art, I believe you do have to. I would assume as such. I know that the last thing I'm going to show absolutely does. You need to beat the game to get it, but yeah. For the mine launcher and all this stuff. There's some ideas for shell shock. Like, I guess I'm getting himself like a more encompassing helmet and stuff. Different planets, the kids. I love concept art. Kid Nova could have had a cape. Why didn't they give Kid Nova a cape? They should have kept that. They should have kept that. I'm sorry. There's some Dallas art for you. It's a little hard to read this. I mean, let's see, like, complete and utter chaos, the carnage, so sweet, oh, the humanity. Then, like, I think back to you, Darla. But let's see. It's really hard to read that. Solomon, Megaphone, thou art a Dread Zone Games. Or welcome back to the Battle Zone games? Yeah, man, I can't read that, but I tried. There's Ace Hardlight and Chang. There's that other kid. Yeah, you know him. Yeah, everybody knows him. He blew up. There's Juanita. Oh, so if you'd like a really, really, really interesting detail, then I'm pretty sure I should just tell you guys now. Dallas and Juanita don't show up in any of the games again, but they show up in the Ratchet and Clank movie. And in it, Dallas is bald and Juanita has creepy organic eyes. I don't know what the deal with that was. Oh, by the way, since I'm just, talking about it anyway, I am enraged to this day that the Ratchet and Clank movie bombed so horribly. It basically made almost negative money. Nobody went to saw it. Nobody seems to like it. I thought it was wonderful. And, yeah, because nobody went to see it, Jack and Daxter's and Sly Cooper movies were also just outright canceled. So, if those movies had gone well, maybe we'd still be getting Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper games. But I can't be bitter right now. I need to continue my quest of going through all this. There's the final kid. A lot more stuff. Hydro Girl! Let's go. All right, that makes me feel better. a little bit better. There's Eviscerators, different color schemes and stuff. The different weapons. There's Vox. Yeah, that's some really cool stuff right there. Now finally, character epilogues. For the characters we're never going to see again, what did they go and do? Al and the Fan Kids. Big Al went on to be the self-appointed den leader of the newly founded Ratchet Fan Club. His dazzling campfire stories of heroism and wit earned him the nickname Big Tool by his troops. Al's reputation furthered when troops witnessed a heated battle between Al and an angry beverage machine, and the time he removed both shoes while eating a sandwich. And no one could forget the time Al survived a brutal attack from a rival faction known as the Quark Corps Cadets. Sadly, Al was forced to step down after an altercation over a set of Dread Zone Exterminator trading cards. Womp womp. The Allied bots Merc and Green went on to work at Galaxy Burger. Thousands of spaceships waited in line every day just to meet the two heroes. Their popularity alone made it to the most famous restaurant in the galaxy, but the two bots longed for the quiet life, and after 2 billion served, they left their posts at Galaxy Burger for a simpler existence. The Allied bots are currently interviewing for den leader of the newly formed Ratchet Fan Club. Look at freaking, he has a chef hat. Dallas and Juanita! Dallas and Juanita were given their own reality holovision show. The two were married in the very first episode in front of billions of eager fans. The event was supposed to be a fake stunt for ratings, but Dallas swapped in a real Justice of the Peace for the ceremony. Juanita and Dallas can now be seen every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Galactic Savings Time. Living in marital bliss, as you can clearly see. The test bots that survived. The 2 Dread Zone test robots were unaccustomed to the safety of life outside the Shadow Sector. After an incident with a space freighter and a wrecking ball, the robots were exiled to the outskirts of a distant asteroid belt. Trying to find their place in society, the 2 opened a small shop specializing in highly destructive contraptions and volatile substances. Business was slow until they began receiving endless orders from a new reality holovision show. The 2 bots were catapulted to the top of the people who have way more money than you list from the popular gossip magazine Questionable Data. They were removed from the list shortly after when it was discovered that they weren't actually people. Robot rights! Robot rights! And Venus Clank's girlfriend, maybe? Venus went on to co-star in the hit Secret Agent Clank film For Your Optic Sensors Only. The movie was a huge success, breaking box office records all over the galaxy. Venus became an inspiration to other tech bots throughout the galaxy. She now stars in her own talk show called V, where she discusses the issues facing the modern robotus, a book club, and chocolate. On Wednesdays, her show does a segment on how to make your graphics user interface sizzle. And Quark. Quark still maintains a life of heroism and civil duty, except on Wednesdays. Keep on being awesome, Quark. Keep on being the absolute legend that you are. And that, everybody, was Ratchet Deadlocked. I love this game. I know it's smaller scale than other Ratchet & Clank games. There's a lot of cut content, and it's a bit rushed in its presentation. Like, you know, you saw a bug or two here and there, but like, man, these games are just such a treat. And I'm very, very happy to say that there are oodles of Ratchet & Clank games still left to play, and I'm looking forward to being able to show them all off to you. We have a couple more. Actually, no, just maybe one more? Well, before we reach the HD era for Ratchet & Clank, their next adventure is going to be, how you might say, a bit more small scale. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this series and that you enjoy the next Let's Play that's coming up. I feel like it turned out pretty good, but I guess that's up for you to decide. I have been the Max of Few Trades, and I'll see you all later.